Hey, what's up guys? It's PIXELA-TEDAPO-LLOSVE. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys are doing well. And today we are playing Company of Heroes 2. This is my very first online battle in this game, and it's also my very first upload. So this is certainly something special here. Now, if you have never heard of my channel, you just happen to click on this video because you are a Company of Heroes 2 fan, well, welcome to the channel. And I do want to remind you guys that I am still a nub at this game. I'm very new at this game, so I'm still learning the basics. So my commentary, it might be a little shallow. I'm not going to know in-depth strategies or anything like that, but I am learning, and I think I'm learning pretty fast here. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And on that note, we'll go ahead and just dive right into this battle. So looking at the factions here and the players, so I am commanding the Germans. My faction is the yellow faction here, and then we have Blue, commanded by Tom Bull 111. He's also commanding the Germans. And then over here we've got Turquoise, which I believe is the British forces. So, oh no, this is the Western Germans, commanded by Wild Oompa Loompa. And then over here we have a nice lime green or bright green here, commanded by Ilsen or ILCN. He is commanding the British. So those are the good guys, since I'm on the team. Now looking at the other side here, we have Son of the Devil, who is purple, and he is commanding, I believe, the German forces. And then we have some U.S. forces commanded by John Smith. And then over here we have Orange, which is commanded by Lucas. He is the Russians. And then we have Pink or Purple, and they are commanding the Germans. So those are the factions. We'll go ahead and do normal speed here. So we are doing some slow motion, and we'll go ahead and turn off Fog of War, just so we can see everything that's going on in the battlefield. So remember, I am the yellow faction, so if you're trying to look for my troops on the battlefield, which, I really wouldn't focus too much on my troops, because half the time I don't know what I'm really doing. But yeah, we do have the British, the green British here, pushing forward, trying to take a victory point here as fast as possible, get a nice aggressive start to this game. Now, if you're completely new to Company of Heroes and you don't know what's going on, if you look on the mini map here, you can see there's stars here. Those are victory points, and you have to capture them to win the game. So once you capture one and you have more victory points than the enemy, their tickets start to go down. You can see that the red team here, which of course is the enemy team, they are down to 498 already because we captured that victory point. But there are some more victory points which are currently being fought for. We do have blue taking on purple here. So the Germans, a bit of a German civil war going on. And we also have some support here from the Russians, moving in some infantry. So nice move by the engineers, but they are surrounded, and they certainly need some help over here. It's going to get in control of the enemy forces, and I believe that is a victory point. He has more engineers moving forward here. Pretty awesome. And again, I'm still learning how to use the controls. I don't think you can change the key bindings in this game. I don't know, maybe you can, I just didn't see it. So a way to move the camera around like cinematically like this, you hold Alt down, which is a little out of the way for me. I don't really like it. But yeah, hopefully over time I can get better with it. Now he's falling back his engineers. He did get them. He saved them from that surrounding, the forces surrounding him in that building. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in the center though. We can see that the next victory point is, actually this is not a victory point, but there is a lot of fighting going on here. And it is under control of red. And of course this is the victory point, which is now under control of the enemy forces as well. So I'm gonna get a better view, a nice bird's eye view of the situation here. We still control the mansion victory point here, so that's pretty good. We do need to send some reinforcements though, but we do have a very forward aggressive position here with the British and I think the Western Germans, so green and turquoise, working together, trying to capture this let's see, territory point. But we do need to take this out, and we do have, what is this? We got some more infantry from Turquoise. We do have a medic vehicle, which can obviously heal troops, so if you have to retreat, heal them up a little bit. So that's a pretty good position. Now, you're probably wondering, where the heck are my troops? And that's a good question, because I don't even know where my troops are. Oh, here we go. We got a mortar crew. So yes, I do have some mortars going on the battlefield. Yeah, I was definitely trying to be a support kind of teammate, since I was kind of learning the game at this point. And I am setting up the mortar team here, and they're going to go ahead. Oh, wait. Let's get it just right. There you go. And we're going to fire into the enemy position here. Very nice. Pretty awesome. We're going to actually fire into this house here. You can see that they have taken shelter in the house, and they have a pretty solid position. So it's going to be pretty tough for us to try to take this out. Turquoise is staying close behind. He's just trying to skirmish down, putting down some suppressing fire before we actually move forward. And I now have a machine gun team moving forward, so I'm going to set them up, try to put some more suppressing fire down on that house. You can see in the house they also have a machine gunner in there. That's a really good position. That is awesome. Look at that. Oh, and he's getting hit hard by the mortar, but he is not phased. He's going to continue to fire on, and we got a bit of a machine gun battle here. You can see he's firing at my machine gun crew. Yeah, not a good situation there. I am losing that fight. He is reloading now. That is awesome. And I'm going to continue to spray down in that position, but yeah, there goes my machine gun crew. That was a bit of a waste. I should have falled back there, retreated to a much safer position because I was way out of position there. But we can see more and more infantry forces coming over from Western Europe. They're going to try to reinforce this front line. We do have a lot of forces, and we're going to get pretty close to taking at the center position. Over on this side, they are in complete control of this area. You can see that there's really nobody attacking this area, so they don't really have to worry too much about it. We're mostly focused on this center position. This is not even a victory point either. But at the time when I was playing, I didn't really realize that. But we do have the British forces flanking around, attacking from the backside, because you remember we took out this territory position, so we can now fall back and take this. He's got more forces over here. He's got a couple, let's see, is this like a nest here? What is this? A forward assembly. So I'm sure you can get some extra ammo and stuff like that. So if you need a resupply, you can fall back over there. Orange is now moving in. He's got a lot of Russian infantry forces coming in. He's going to try to take out this territory. Let's go ahead and get some close-ups here of this fighting here. This is awesome. British forces, they're holding down. They got some SMGs and some rifle troop here. Looks like they are getting they're getting shot to bits there. They don't really have a lot of protection there, not a lot of defenses. So they are falling back. The British are falling back, and it looks like the Russians are going to gain control. Actually, no, they're retreating as well. And then the U.S. forces are moving in some infantry. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like some rifle infantry there, taking shelter behind this old tractor or some farming vehicle there. So I think they're going to get ready to make a push, but the British are actually flanking around and trying to put some suppressing fire here, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too successful. They do have, well, he was trying to set up machine gun nests there, but yeah, that's not going to happen. He's going to fall back, which is probably the smart idea. But we do have a lot of troops here. Check this out. SMGs coming in, and this is a great fight right here. Lots of infantry pouring in. Yeah, it's pretty, well, you know, I've actually played a little bit of Men of War, and Men of War seems to, I don't know if this is true, so don't quote me on it, but Men of War it feels a bit more realistic, and like Company of Heroes is a bit more arcadey, to where you can kind of just charge in with infantry like that. I don't know. Again, I'm still learning the basics, so that could be a completely wrong statement there, but that's just kind of the vibe I got there going on. Anyways, I've got a mortar crew firing. Still, this is the same mortar crew, I believe, from earlier on. Again, just trying to shell this position, trying to soften it up. I think we have a machine gun set up here. I thought I heard a machine gun there, but no, that's just a lot of German forces, and we are storming in to take the position and finally capture it. But again, we still have not taken this victory point, and they are slightly beating us here. It is 492 to 423. They set up a nice machine gun nest right here. This is awesome. So he's going to get some good kills. Let's go ahead and look at his point of view. I am using my mortar to try to fire down on this position. He is firing down at the Western Germans. So again, we got that German Civil War going. But yeah, mortar not super accurate, but it is doing its job, softening up this defense. We do need to take it out. We do have some light vehicles moving in. I believe that is the scout armored vehicle. It's actually maneuvering. Let's see, hang on. It's actually maneuvering way over on this side. I believe it's going to go for some unprotected positions here. There is still a lot of fighting. Blue is still being very stubborn in this area. You can see that there's a lot of defensive troops here, and it's a pretty solid defense. It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to... Oh, the flamethrower of justice burning some troops here. This is awesome. Very good use of the flamethrower. So that is why he's getting right in their faces there, burning them to death. Oh, there's nothing he can do. It doesn't seem like he has a lot of anti-tank here. Oh, actually he does. correct me, or I just got corrected there. He does have an anti-tank gun here, so that was a good position there, taking out that light scout tank there. And well, they lost a lot of infantry in that engagement. But let's see what else is going on here. So we got Turquoise still moving in some troops on this side. I do have a, this is actually, no, that's not my tank. We got another half track, I believe this is what it's called. Just a light armored vehicle, putting down a lot of suppressing fire on the troops. Oh, it's getting out of control though. It's pretty damaged up, pretty banged up. Purple and orange pushing in more troops, trying to get some shelter right behind these pieces of wood here. Getting a nice defensive position. So we still haven't been able to push through their defenses. Now we're still hanging on to this victory point, and it seems like the British are doing an excellent job. You can see they put up some nice defenses. They got a nice mortar bunker here, which is going to be a solid position. But the U.S. forces are still hanging on by a thread, also supported by some Russian forces. They got a nice machine gun here. They will not give up this position so easily, so the British are going to fall back. They're going to probably try to soften up their defense before they engage. Oh, nice. Took out a vehicle here that was defending this this territory. But let's see. Actually, the Russians are actually pushing us back. We do have some defenses here. We got a Panzer headquarters over here, which is pretty cool. Got the sandbags all around it, trying to protect it. We also have some engineers, some pioneers, trying to fix it so it does not get destroyed during combat. It's a very important weapon that we could use in this situation. But where are my forces? Like, seriously. Okay, so here I've got some grenadiers kind of, taking shelter. These guys are so awesome. This is one of my favorite units so far. Favorite infantry units. So they're taking shelter behind the walls here. Again, I'm just trying not to get my guys killed. I wasn't super smart with my forces. It seems like I just kind of threw them in certain situations. But this game is really about keeping your squad alive and falling back and getting them to veteran status. Because once they become veterans, well, they're veterans. They're very good. So you don't want to lose them. So you got to keep them alive. Retreat when you must. You know, if you're starting to get overwhelmed, you don't want to just sit there and just get slaughtered. But here we go. We got an anti-tank gun moving forward here, trying to take out that bunker position that is watching over this territory. It seems like it's doing pretty well. It's got, of course, they've got some protection against the machine gun. There we go. Destroyed it. That guy is gone, obliterated, and his nest is forever gone, evaporated. Purple is still pushing, still hanging on this position. And again, look at look at this. We're losing by a ton here now. 363 to 492. They are not losing any tickets because obviously they have more victory points, so they will not lose their tickets. We will, of course. But our best bet is right here. We are slowly but surely chipping away at their defense. The British are doing an excellent job here. They are moving in some rifle troops here. It looks like a machine gun, actually. So they're actually going to fall back. Again, just waiting for the perfect opportunity. He is flanking around with a lot of infantry here. I think he's got some anti-tank. No, I believe that is machine gunners here. Yes, that is SMGs. So they're just waiting in the trees here, waiting to strike. Doesn't seem like they have a ton of defenses here, but they do have some small tanks here, light tanks. Got a T-70 light tank. Nice Russian tank here defending the position, but it is getting chipped. It's getting blown up here. The British forces are doing an excellent job. They are falling back because they are getting hit hard by, I believe, some mortars there. So nice, he is retreating his forces. That's pretty cool. And it looks like they retreat back to this this headquarter right here. It's like an FOB. All right, so yes, more of my troops. All right, I'm still in the game. So I've got, wait, that's not my troops. I'm yellow. I forgot. For some reason, I thought I was turquoise. No, I got more grenadiers moving into position. And it looks like, yes, we are making a push for this victory point. And this is huge because if we take this, then we can start chipping away at their tickets and turn this battle around. Now, they just obliterated that light tank, but they still have a lot of troops to take on. We got a lot of infantry just holding on for dear life. We can see a lot of anti-tank moving forward. Getting behind the sandbags, which is really cool. Oh, wait. They're going to keep pushing. And they are just completely in control of this flank over here. We haven't been able to push at all. Again, we're not really focused on pushing over there. We're more just pushing on this side. I do have my grenadiers. Again, at this point of the battle, I was like, I don't know, what should I do? I guess I'll just push in some grenadiers and help out my team. They are getting shelled to death by, I believe, a mortar there. So I should probably spread them out, but they are taking shelter here. We do have Russians about to flank around. We got some Russian infantry here. Some rifles. Woof! And there goes some mortar action. And there we go. They're going to flank around and shoot down my grenadiers. And that's the last of the grenadiers. It's pretty much a waste of the unit. I probably should have fallen back there, retreated to a much safer position. But you can see there's a lot of suppressing fire. And I actually got a lot of mortars at this point of the battle. Again, just trying to soften up their forces. Got some, let's got some tanks over here. The Flak Panzer. So I believe that is a anti-infantry. If I'm not 100% sure. But it is moving forward. It's moving right in front of this Panzer headquarters here. And it's getting chewed up here. So I think this is a pretty solid position. This is extremely important to our defense. So we got to keep this alive. Turquoise is doing a great job of holding this position, not giving up, because obviously if we lose this one, we're going to lose all our momentum, and we cannot send more reinforcements and taking this this victory point. Turquoise now moving in more troops. They are close to taking it. We got some poor Germans who are slowly dying. They're trying to get out of this fight, but it doesn't look like they're going to make it. And now we have a nice light tank, Russian light tank. Again, focusing down this position. Oh, taking out some of those Germans. Looks like the Germans were going to switch to some anti-tank there, but they're going to fall back. And it doesn't look like we're going to take it. I mean, we are in control of it as of right now, but for how long, I'm not really sure. They're really pinning us down over in this area. All right, so the British, they've got their small headquarters over here. And they're holding on. They are actually making a push here. We do have some U.S. mortars trying to shell down that British position. But I think the British, they've got enough manpower to probably take out that position. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here comes America. They're pushing. They're going to do a counter-assault for taking this position. Oh, what is this? We got a nice light tank here. Cruiser tank. The AAMK-2 cruiser tank. Holding down this position. You can see the British forces are trying to hide behind it, using it for a defense there. Oh, nice. That is awesome. Where is it firing at? It's all over the place. So yeah, it's just holding back these American forces. And they do actually defend this position. And we are now taking this position as well. So we are pushing them back. We are still in control of this victory point. So that's going to buy us some time. It's going to, help out with evening out this battle, because they are still at 447. We're holding on at 344. More German forces coming in. They're going to go prone here, try to take out that anti-tank who's trying to take out our tanks, obviously. And they are now retaking this victory point. Turquoise is about to charge in with some squads of German infantry. Actually, they're falling back. They are falling back. Why are they not going in? There they go. Now they're moving in. So they're going to secure this position, defend it. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Like, where is my army? I'm still, like, I don't even think I have tanks at this point of the battle, because I was just like, what do I do? How do I get tanks? I don't get it. You do have to upgrade your headquarters. That is how you eventually get tanks. But I do have a couple grenadiers just kind of waiting, looking for a good time to strike and support my teammates. Again, I still have a lot of mortars, I believe. I set up a machine gun nest over here, just pretending like I was helping the team. I was doing something. So these are engineers in the machine gun nest, so that doesn't really help out there. But here comes my grenadiers. They're actually making a move for the victory point. I think they're going to help defend it. Not a lot of protection here, but I am going to hide behind the logs here. We do have a massive Russian push here, so they're going to try to retake this position. Actually, they're going for the territory over here. Oh, and we got a flamethrower in position here, just burning these poor Germans alive here. And I think they're going to fall back because they realize that there's too much for them. There's a lot of troops just kind of waiting, holding down the fort. I got more grenadiers moving forward. And we've got a lot of tanks in position, a lot of anti-tank from the British though, and they're going to continue to pursue. And look at this, he is just retreating. He's going in reverse, trying to get the heck out of there. This tank is still pretty healthy though. Oh, Turquoise moving in some heavy tanks here. Oh no, it is gone just like that. Tanks are all over the place now. We got a medium tank, the T-34-76 medium tank moving in. And the U.S. forces, oh yeah, this is an epic clash over here, trying to retake this this territory over here. But the British mortars are now vulnerable, exposed to enemy forces. The British sending in some rifle troops. They're probably going to retake it. It looks like an anti-tank troop. And yeah, these mortar crew, they're just keeping their heads down. They poor souls here. Turquoise moving in some troops. But this medium tank is going to be a pretty big challenge here. Looks like it's trying to run over some of these troops, which, yeah, that's exactly what it's doing. Running over the troops, trying to defend this position, and things got a lot trickier. So let's see what's going on here. So what am I doing? That's a good question. What exactly am I doing in this fight? That's the question of the ages here. So I do have another mortar crew setting up behind this turret. We definitely need a lot more anti-tank. They've got a lot of tanks moving in now, and some medium tanks. This is the Panther medium tank. So the Panther, of course, is going to be a big issue for us. We do have some defensive anti-tank positions here, like the Panther headquarters, and we have an anti-tank over here firing from the fencing. We're doing a lot of damage to this Panther. See that it's taking on a lot of forces. Now, is there like a cinematic view I can go into? I'm pretty sure there is a way to hide some of the logos and stuff, the HUD essentially. But yeah, we stand our ground. My Grenadiers, you know, they're taking shelter over here. They're holding on. Again, they're probably not really doing anything effective, but whatever. So the fight for the center continues to rage on here. And we're still holding this victory point. We really haven't seen a lot of action over here. In fact, I don't think we've seen any fighting for this victory point, which is really strange. You would think the teams would kind of branch out and go for other victory points. But again, we're just so dead set on the center. And you can see, just look at all the defenses we have over here. We are well defended. If we look at the other team, they don't really have anything. They don't have a lot. They've got a couple tanks. They've got a lot of infantry. It looks like he's going to get ready for a great ambush over here, a great push, a nice Russian charge to try to retake that center. I think he's just trying to, you know, wait for his troops. They are trying to repair some of their tanks here. Oh. Yeah, this is where I make a push here. I did not realize they had so many troops, and I'm like, nope. I was getting pretty confident there. I was like, oh, I'm going to push in and see what happens. I'm going to be a hero. No. Didn't happen, so I'm gonna fall back over here. Yeah, I saw all their tanks and I was like, yeah, there's no way. So I'm back here behind the destroyed building. Turquoise, standing with Turquoise. We do have an anti-tank moving in. We've got the British falling back. Looks like they did a little raiding party there. A lot of American forces storming in, so they definitely were sitting back, clumping up the troops. Here comes the great charge. This is awesome. So the Russian forces moving in. And they're gonna try to take out this position with pure force here. We do have some medium tanks going in as well, and we're just on the run. I've got my Grenadiers. They're gonna try to switch to anti-tank here. They do have an anti-tank capability. Something is hitting this medium tank pretty hard. I believe it's the Panther headquarters. Yeah, you can see it back there, and it's trying to give support to this Russian charge and the American charge as they try to take out our position here. Oh yeah, they've got a lot of forces and they are mowing down our troops. My Grenadiers are gone. I do still have some mortars in the back still firing, but really Turquoise and Green, they're the ones holding up this position. But Purple and Orange, they're pushing in with their medium tanks, and this is becoming a pretty hairy situation. Actually falling back. No, they're going back in. Oh, look at this to save the day. The British forces moving in some tanks here. Fantastic. A Comet tank. Yeah, so the more I play, obviously, the better I'll understand the tank abilities, like what each tank is good at, you know, being a good anti-infantry, anti-armor. But as of right now, I'm not too familiar with, you know, what each tank is good at. But yeah, Turquoise moving in some enemy territory here. He is going to go in reverse, which is a smart idea. There's a lot of troops, so I'm kind of waiting for him. And things are getting really intense. This is the part of the battle where just everyone is just pumping out tanks. You got mortars, artillery flying all over the place. You can see I've got multiple mortar crew here. Yeah. Eventually, oh, here we go. I have a Panther here. A Panther medium tank. So it's just kind of watching over. I don't think I can see these Russian forces that are behind the sandbags. So I'm just kind of defending this area. I think I'm waiting for some infantry. I'm going to make a move for this victory point because they are now back in control. And looking at the tickets here, it is almost dead even, but we are still slightly behind. And it looks like we are pushing in some tanks here to try to retake that position because we do need to take the center. But I'm feeling pretty good about it. You know, we've got a lot of... oh, nice. Is that my Panther? Did my Panther do that? I think so. But yeah, we got a lot of heavy tanks, a lot of infantry pouring in here. It looks like we're going to regain control of this center position, and Turquoise is going to go ahead and capture this point. The British still just holding down, keeping them back. And again, nothing going on here. It's very peaceful over at this victory point. And you could say the same thing about this area over here. Very peaceful. Nobody really trying to take this left victory point. Oh, jeez, the Panther running down the Russian forces. Oh, they are under the tracks of the tank. And unfortunately, my tank is taking a lot of damage. I do have some engine damage, so I believe that's going to slow down my tank. I'm trying to get it out of there. I was not familiar with the reverse ability. You know how you can go in reverse. But yeah, I do learn eventually. I was actually streaming this live. I forgot to tell you this. But I was streaming this battle live, and a lot of people were giving me some great advice, so I do want to give a big thank you to all the people who went to my stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the live version of this battle. Uh-oh, looks like Purple's starting to send out the heavy tanks here. We got a Tiger tank moving in. we got some, what is this, some plane moving in. I believe that's a special ability. Oh yes, I think some paratroopers flying in. They are in close combat. They are just getting slaughtered by this Tiger tank as it just obliterates their forces. But with that Tiger tank, things are going to get pretty challenging. But the British forces and Turquoise, the West German forces, they're going to continue to hold on here and hold back the enemy forces. So yeah, we're doing a pretty good job. We've gained control of the center. They haven't really made a successful push here, and they haven't really tried to push for any other capture points. So we are still not in the lead, but we are catching up. So it's 314 versus 341. So what do we got here? Looks like a anti-infantry, kind of like a mortar kind of vehicle here. Howitzer mortar. He's gonna fall back, getting a little too close to our tanks here. Comet tank actually going in, getting right into the American forces, right into their faces. He is taking on some anti-infantry though. He needs to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage. Look at this guy. He's like, how close do you need to be? Like, you can't see him. You still have to look through that. Like, come on, man. But they are supported by some infantry here, so he's going to try to support his tank. They're taking shelter, taking defense right next to the tank. We also have another tank coming in. Looks like we got an anti-infantry tank moving in. Oh yeah, doing a lot of damage to the American forces. And we have the Tiger now trying to try to support the American advance. And I've got my Panther moving in. Panther going after the Tiger. This Panther, come on now. Come on, Apollo. You're getting a little too aggressive here. I mean, honestly, if you control the victory points, there's no need to try to push into enemy forces or enemy territory. You just got to hold on, keep building up defenses, and prepare for the worst. Come on, get out of there, Apollo. Get out. See, this, I wouldn't make this mistake, you know, if I was playing right now. I definitely learned from this match. Yeah, so I'm falling back. It looks like I finally figured out the reverse, or not. Looks like I'm still turning it around. Yeah, you're so screwed. You deserve to die, man. Terrible play by me. I do have some grenadiers holding the line here. Again, they have the anti-tank capabilities. We got a lot. Actually, I have some engineers in position as well. Uh-oh. Got an airstrike coming in, firing down in our position. What is this, a Panther tank? No, we have a Panzer command tank. This guy's just like, let me look on the battlefield. Excellent. So we're still holding on, but, well, actually, Turquoise is doing a great job of holding down the fort. And it's just kind of like a stalemate at this point of the battle. The Panther, medium tank, supported by the British tank here. Got some infantry moving in. Uh-oh, Russians moving in. Got a huge Russian charge here. Conscript infantry. The conscript span going in. And look at this. The troops are about to go into melee here. What it seems like. We have less than 300 points. We're about 30 minutes in this game. But we have the center under control. Actually, the enemy forces, I'm sorry, we don't have less than 300. They have less than 300. So we are now in the lead. But purple and red, they're really trying to focus their tank forces here. Try to take it out with heavy armor. We'll see what they can do here. But we're doing a pretty good job of just, holding the fort. I still have a lot of mortars supporting my allies' tanks in this epic tank battle that's going on here. I also have some grenadiers holding behind this destroyed tank here. Again, just in case the Russians do anything sneaky. And again, oh wait, we got some American forces over here, so they might be setting up a very sneaky assault on this very undefended victory point. I do not know why they're not going for it. I mean, whenever you lose a position here, and just look at the battlefield, like all the trees have been destroyed, buildings, it's just war never changes. But yeah, we're in complete control of the center. And I feel like they're just wasting their time trying to go after the center. They need to spread out their forces and try to hit us when, at an area that we're not really defending. I just think it's hilarious that I had troops right here and I had no idea that there were some enemy German forces right next to me. I was so close to the enemy. Here we go. We got a nice battle going on here. A lot of, I believe, Tiger tanks moving in. Oh, and the main gun has been destroyed, but they do have more Tiger tanks, more Panthers coming in. A lot of artillery fire. Look at the battlefield. This is great. Now the German infantry pushing in, supported by some British tanks here. The Comet tank. Ooh, getting hit hard. He's gonna already retreat from the situation. That infantry is under a lot of pressure, and it looks like he is retreating. He's going to fall back to a much safer position because there is no way he's going to be able to push back these enemy forces. Even though we're keeping them back, they are making a huge push here. And this is where the enemy finally decides to go for a different victory condition or victory point here. And you can see a mass number of Russian forces. We got an American tank here moving in. This is the Jackson tank destroyer. So we got a nice anti-tank pushing in. And here we go. Here we go. The Russians are actually already here. They took the victory. I keep calling it victory condition. Victory point. And now they're going to try to set up some defenses here. And we don't have anything. We do not have anything to retake this. And now they are back in the lead. Or not in the lead, but they are now back in control of the battlefield. And we are starting to lose tickets. But we do have a good push here by Turquoise, trying to move in their German forces. It's almost like I wasn't even in this battle. Like, it felt like I was really trying to help out my team. But rewatching this replay, like, where are my troops? Like, what am I doing? But here's a nice stand up on this slope here. We got some German tanks here. I believe this is the Panther. And we have a lot of Russian forces setting up machine guns and mortars, it looks like. So they got a long line. Oh, look at the artillery coming down. And now we have less than 300 points. And they have a very, very solid defense on this victory point. And again, we were not watching it. And here's my look at me. Look at it. Setting up my Panther, trying to be a hero. I don't know what I'm trying to accomplish here. This is not good. I'm outnumbered. I have no support from my allies. Finally, I decide to retreat. There we go. I finally used the reverse ability there. And I do have some infantry support in this battle here. It's just good to see one of my tanks in the fight, you know? Oh, and the Russian flamethrowers holding down the fort, not letting the German infantry take this victory point. Alright, so the British pushing up some tanks here. We're going to do our counter assault. We've got a pretty solid force, just kind of waiting in reserve here. I've got my my Panther just waiting for some engineers to come back and repair it. I do not want to lose it. A very expensive tank. But yeah, this, I mean, look at this push here. This is ridiculous. Oh, wait, hold on. What's going on here? Wait, we're retaking it. That's right. We do have some infantry trying to retake this position. They are under a lot of suppressing fire though, but they're still going to continue on. Try to take it, just, you know, sneak in, take it, maybe retreat, fall back, you know, get out of there. But purple, orange, the Russians, Americans. Oh, geez. All right, we're going to have some pretty intense rockets over here. We got the rocket trucks from Russia. This is going to be so deadly. So we got to be careful with that. And it just seems like they have endless amounts of tanks and infantry. We do have a artillery bombardment here. Someone using their commander ability here. More tanks moving in. This is the Panther. More infantry pouring in. We do have some resistance from the Tiger. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what was going on there. My game froze there for a second. But yeah, the Tiger holding down the fort. Actually doing a lot of damage. The machine gunner just mowing down that infantry. You're doing a good job, man. You're doing a good job. But he's got to take out that Panther. And we also have some British tanks here. Combat tank. Double teaming that Panther. And we are making a move here. And we are getting into position. I do have a mortar crew nearby firing down on that position. So they're a little too close. I probably shouldn't put the mortar crew so close, but you know, it's whatever. Also got some grenadiers. They're gonna move up on this this wall here, try to defend the mortar crew, just in case they need it. All right, here we go. The Russians are coming back. I think we've regained control of this. Yeah, I've got my Panther back in action. It's very low health, but you know, they're getting some experience. You can see it's got 1 star. So it's getting better, you know, getting better in combat. Alright, so this is where things get interesting. Soon. Hold on. Not yet. I'll tell you later. I just need to watch the battlefield. Okay, just pretend I didn't say anything. Alright, so yeah, we're still holding on here. I've got my mortar crew doing a good job. The tanks holding down the fort. You can see that the U.S. forces, they've got a lot of troops moving in. They got a lot of tanks. Also, purple Germans are coming in as well. I think they're going to try to retake some of the territory. I got my Panther back in action, and they're going to try to hold the fort here against the enemy Panther. And looking at the tickets are extremely close, 259 to 281. What is this? Got a tank destroyer. Just kind of waiting for his team to kind of group up their forces. They were being very smart about their assaults. You know, they weren't just mindlessly charging in and just trying to retake it wave after wave. They are trying to set up some kind of organized assault here, just grouping up their forces, waiting for more support. And it looks like they're going to do another counter assault here. Purple Germans moving in. They're actually falling back. The American forces falling back here. I'm actually retreating my Panther here. I think I was taking some hits there from enemy contacts. The British infantry close by in case we need the infantry support. It's a really good position. Oh, what is this? What is this? We got a large amount of anti-tank moving in. We got some grenadiers close by. Let's see if they can hold the fort here. Yes, they're going for the center now. So they're spreading out their forces. Very smart there. The Russians are now moving in with a pretty large amount of troops here. So they're going to now switch targets because we're doing such an excellent job at defending these victory points. But we got, look at this. We got a lot waiting for them. We're not going to give up. Look at this is nice. The blue Germans, man, putting down the sandbags. Putting down sandbags around the tank. And the Russians just mindlessly charging in with their conscripts. Classic Russian strategy. I do have an anti-tank here. Oh, and he's going to burn it there. Run away, men. Run away. Nope, they're going to continue to fight. And if we look over here, this is where things get interesting. I have 2 units of grenadiers. Remember, they haven't really been focusing on this position. So my grenadiers are moving in. And all it takes is 2. So I destroyed some of their anti-tank gun. They had no idea I was coming because I was attacking from the flank. So now I'm going to make a small push for this position because they really do not have a lot defending here. I have a Panther, a very healthy Panther, ready for action. I'm going to move out my Grenadiers here as soon as I can. And blue could certainly send over some troops to help me in this assault to retake this victory point. But we're still back in control. Oh my goodness. Never mind. They have control of this victory point. And they've got a lot of weapons keeping us back. Got the anti-tank, a lot of mortars. Got lots of anti-tank, or tank destroyer, whatever. Yeah, I think that's a smart idea for the U.S. to do that because, of course, our tanks have been very difficult for them. You know, they haven't really been able to control our tanks. We've been winning most of the tank battles, and that is why we pretty much are in the lead here. Only by a little bit, though. Well, let's head back over here because this is where this assault, this is like a solo assault from me. I'm moving in with my Panther, really trying to soak up most of the small arms fire. Trying to take out that anti-tank because it is doing a lot of damage there. I think we did destroy it there, I believe. Nope, they're still firing it. Ah, dang it. Come on, infantry, support the tank. Come on, take it out, take it out. There we go. We took them out, but unfortunately my Grenadiers they're taking a lot of casualties here. They're under suppressing fire by this machine gun here, or small arms SMG force. My tank is going to focus down all the firepower here. Oh, and we got some artillery firing down in this position. Woo. And look at this. We got some flamethrowers burning out the troops who are in the house here. This is fantastic. So the blue Germans are supporting me in this assault, but unfortunately most of my forces have been destroyed. I'm going to try to retreat my poor Panther tank out of there. You can see the main gun has been destroyed, so I'm going to try to, retreat back and repair it. Get out of there. Oh, and we can see, oh yes, we can see a lot of tanks moving in here trying to reinforce this position. But let's head back over to the other side. I think that was a really good diversion there. Seems like there's only really American anti-tanks here just kind of holding back, sitting back. We do have some troops trying to retake this position. The British are moving in. The British are coming. Here they come. So yeah, they're going to try to focus down really fast, focus down all their firepower on those anti-tanks, on the what are they called? The tank destroyers. I always forget the name. But it's essentially an anti-tank. But yeah, he's going in deep into enemy lines, causing havoc, wreaking havoc on their forces. And this is our great push. Look at all of the British tanks. And of course, we got the Tiger here, the Tiger B. So we're just holding them back as we defend this position, and we lost control of the center position. No, we're still in control. Why is it flashing? I don't get that. Oh wait, maybe this is what it means here. Yeah, the purple Germans here are actually retaking this. So again, we weren't super successful at taking out this position, but it was a really good diversion. And we were able to do a massive push on this flank. I got another Panther here. He's a 2-star Panther. It's getting hit hard though. It might want to fall back. I think I'm just trying to destroy that vehicle. Yeah, now I'm gonna fall back here. And so at this point in the battle, I was actually pretty confident in my skills. Or I shouldn't say skills, but I was pretty confident in my knowledge of the game. And I was doing things that kind of was helping the team, which is great because I really haven't been helping the team a lot. Uh-oh, another Russian push here. We got a lot of Russians pushing in. He's gonna go for the center position. Oh, and the mortar coming down. Here comes that charge. There's just no way. There's no way he's gonna take out this position with just conscripts. There's so much defenses here. We do have a medium tank moving in. 2 Russian medium tanks. Ooh, doing a lot of damage to that defensive tank there. Oh, but the poor Russian infantry slowly dying here in the crossfire between some pretty powerful tanks. I love it. I love it. And he's going to fall back. And, of course, that Russian assault, that has failed. They do not have enough manpower. The U.S. forces moving on the flank again. They're, taking control of this flank position. I do have some grenadiers I think I forgot about. Oh, but what is this? What is this? Yes, my Panther here to save the day. So I was sending over another Panther, getting ready for another counter assault on this position here. And you can see that the enemy forces are down to 160 tickets. We are down to 275. So we are really starting to pick up the lead here. And look at this. They've got nothing. I mean, they've got some machine gun troops here and an engineer troop, but that's really not going to hold back my tank. Now I'm moving in my grenadiers to take out this territory. And we can see that we are now in control of this position. We have more tanks coming in from the U.S. and purple Germans. More tank destroyers. Even with all those tank destroyers, they were not able to stop our tanks.
Rifle squad ready for action.
I just got my Panther over here, just kind of waiting for them to make a move, but it doesn't seem like they are going to make a move. And we're in complete control of this game. This is where things started to really look our way. But, I've played a couple rounds of this, and as long as you have tickets, you can always turn this around. Of course, it's going to be very challenging for them, but as long as you're still in the game, you still have troops, you can always turn it around. You need some good strikes here. U.S. forces moving in, trying to recap this position. The victory points. We do have a tank watching over it, but it looks like they have a lot of protection over here by the walls near the victory point. Oh, geez, the British falling back here, getting hit hard, but it looks like some mortars or some kind of artillery. But the British tanks doing a great job holding them back, and now the U.S. forces are falling back. They're begging for mercy, seeking aid.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
And here comes more. I have 2 Panthers moving in. We are kind of surrounded though. He has an anti-tank here. We got to take that out. I am using my my smoke on my tank. Oh, it's not going to be enough though. Excellent job with that anti-tank. Doing a great job here. My Panther trying to hold down the fort, trying to take out all their anti-tank. But purple moving in a lot of infantry. My grenadiers are suppressed here. I am using smoke again, just trying to get out of there. Trying to make a run for it. Because there's no way I'm going to win this engagement. So falling back with my grenadiers. But again, we're still in control of 2 victory points. And we've got a lot of healthy tanks just kind of waiting here. A lot of healthy infantry. I mean, purple has some anti-tank here, but it just seems like their forces are extremely depleted. We do have a nice grouping here. So again, I like how the U.S. forces, it seems like they're really trying to work together as a team. They're really trying to group up their forces and make a massive assault on a certain position. But it just seems like throughout the game, time after time, not seem to be effective. Ooh, this is a very fancy vehicle here. This is the rocket launcher, the P-42 rocket launcher. Used it a couple times, very deadly. Just what they need. All right, so this is their time. I mean, they got to make a move soon. They got to make a move now. Because they are running out of tickets, down to 132. We still have 268. Here we go. We got a lot of U.S. forces getting ready to move forward. Tanks are waiting.
Frontier building has been lost.
Are they gonna go for it? I'm actually taking the victory point over here. So I think we sent over more infantry and we were able to cut down the very light defense they had here. So my Panther tank doing a great job. Grenadiers currently capturing it. And we're gonna be in control of all victory points. And U.S. forces kind of moving in there, just kind of, you know, getting their toes wet, just seeing what we have as a defense. But they are gonna fall back to the safety of their tank. And now we are really just destroying them. Their tickets are going down pretty fast. Oh, nice. Nice. Got a half track. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, it's obviously like a rocket half track there. Oh, less than 100 points. The U.S. forces moving in. We've got a lot of vehicles over here. Why are they not pushing? Yeah, I believe this is towards the end of the battle, obviously. Now down to 88. U.S. forces are doing a massive retreat here. And I believe Russia, I don't know, Russia might be calling it quits. There we go. Yes, the enemy team surrendered. And that is going to conclude our battle today. So that is GG's all around. Yes, indeed, Wild Oompa Loompa. And I don't know if we quit match. We can see some of the stats here. Alright guys, so here we are at the end results. Just give you a quick overview of what happened here. Again, I didn't do great. I did the least amount of damage. But, you know, again, it was my first game. Teammates did an excellent job. You can see this is where I really started to learn how to play the game. And I really just, you know, helped out the team a little bit more there. Yeah, this is my first recording this game. Obviously, it wasn't, you know, super fluid. But if you guys have any advice, if you want to see more of this game, let me know. Again, liking the video is the best way for me to determine if you enjoyed this. I don't know if I'm going to play this a lot, but I certainly will do it every couple, you know, maybe 3-4 times a month or something like that. Really enjoyed it. I might even branch out to Men of War as well, which I think would be a lot of fun. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.